Hi, this is a quick follow-up of this radar indicator from Ferranti FEI 30. So as you can see, I have soldered sockets for all ICs. So this board is complete with new parts, except the proms, of course, and the two pals here. The test button of this indicator permits to send a message actually on the display. So this is visible in the second page of this schematics. So the test button permits to send the content of this prom here to the shift registers. So I have read the content of this EEPROM, and thank you, Philippe. He has decoded this information. Inside there is an invite message, which is a Ferranti indicator, etc. I have connected to this connector a push button here in order to replace the test button and also the indicator. And I have connected this board also to a 5V power supply. So we can perform some tests on this board now. Okay, so first we can check these lines, the clock of the shift register and also the data here. So both come from this driver here, pin 5 and 3. So let's take a look on this thing. In idle state, pin number 3 is the data, so the data line is at low level. Now I will press the button here. We have some data. I can check also the clock line. This is pin number 5. Okay, and we have also the clock. I will readjust the time base. Okay, so you can see that the clock frequency is 500 kHz. We have 2 microseconds period. And we can see also the unblinking signal. So the unblinking signal, let me check. Okay, so this is the signal here, pin 4 of the NOR gate. So the NOR gate, if I remember, is here. So the unblinking signal is low in idle mode, so that means that the screen is totally dark. And I will press the button here, and we can see that we have something. Okay, so we have something which should be displayed on the screen. And now we can test also if there is a displacement of the spot. So for this we can check if we have some data on this DAC here. So these three bits here, and these 3 also for the other axis. So these are pins 5, 6, and 7. So 5 is here. Okay, so we have something. So this is pin 5, pin 6, and pin 7. So normally we should have something displayed on the screen. So normally this should work. So normally when this push button is pressed, we should have something displayed on the screen. I will reinstall this board on the indicator, and I will check that this message is displayed when the test button is pressed. For the connector, I use this little, I don't know if we can see, if we can focus it. Okay, this kind of little pins here. I got this from this kind of header. So this is a standard header. Focus. It is quite difficult to remove this, so I found the technique is to hit this header with a hot air gun at 250 degrees. Okay, so you apply some heat during 15 seconds or 30 seconds, and after you can, with this kind of tool, it's quite easy to remove. I have prepared the wires using these small pins here, and you can see that it fits perfectly. There is a perfect pressure on this thing, so it's the perfect diameter for this connector. Okay, so we have reconnected this indicator to different power supplies. So there is the first voltage here, 6.3 volt for the heater, and we have on this power supply, just here, plus 5, minus 12, and plus 12 volts. Let's turn on this power supply first. Okay, and I will turn on the heater. And you can see that we have something displayed on the screen. It is not what it was supposed to be displayed, but we have something anyway. And also I think that normally we should have this text should be centered. This is not the case here, so this thing is strange. So this is a deflection coil in one okay. Let's see on the other side. I will first activate this switch all the time because it is difficult to press this button all the time. I have connected the second instrument. The first one is the instrument I used for the reverse engineering, but I didn't succeed to display something coherent, so I wanted to try the other one, which is complete, and I didn't open this instrument. So I have connected to the power supply, and you can see that when I press this thing, you have this nice message here. Ferranti radar warning receiver. And the CRT is very bright and perfect. And the text is very stable, there is no problem. So I don't know if for the first one if there was a failure since the beginning. Maybe one PAL is defective, or maybe I have destroyed something by desoldering or reassembling the unit. Anyway, I will use this one for the final test. I will try to program a small code on a small microcontroller outside and to try to display something using the SPI communication bus. Thank you for watching and see you next time for the last part of this series relative to this radar indicator from Ferranti. Bye bye.